You too. What it do? It's your boy back. What a game last night. What a game. Now, I kind of predicted it though. If you looked at my short, I kind of predicted it. I said that it was going to be, I wouldn't be mad at a shootout from the old heads, you know what I'm saying? Aaron Rodgers and Joe Flacco. And a lot of people are bringing up that clip from Mike Tomlin from when he was talking about Andrew Berry, the GM for the Cleveland Browns. And
you know, to be honest, it was shocking to me. Andrew Berry must be a lot smarter than me or us, because it doesn't make sense to me to trade a quarterback that you think enough of to make your opening day starter to a division opponent that's hurting in that area. But that's just my personal feelings.
Just the mind blowing of trading Joe Flacco away from the Cleveland Browns to a division rival in the Cincinnati Bengals. Even though Joe Flacco is old in football terms, he still has the arm strength. He still knows how to he still know how to read defenses. He still know how to get the ball out of his hands. But it's one thing that the Cincinnati Bengals have that he has never had in his career is T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. So, you know what I'm saying? You pair that up with a guy who can throw the ball and you get that. You feel what I'm saying? It was some passes that he made in this game that I was just like mind blown away from. But before we get into that, the question is going to be what's more of the headline of this game? Is it the Pittsburgh Steelers or is it Cincinnati? Did Joe Flacco save the Cincinnati Bengals in that division, or did the Pittsburgh Steelers are who we thought they were? Now, I think it's more of the Pittsburgh Steelers defense, to be honest, because if you look at the Pittsburgh Steelers offense, they did go up against the 29th ranked passing defense in the NFL. Aaron Rodgers had a okay game, you know what I'm saying, for him being who he is now. If that was the old Aaron Rodgers, he probably would have threw for 400 and like 4 touchdowns. But you know what I'm saying, he still has some amazing throws as well. But it's just that I think that him being a little bit older, he didn't take advantage of that defense the way it was. Him throwing that badly timed interception to DK Metcalf on the left hand side of the field. Yeah, man. But we're gonna dive into Joe Flacco's post game, then we'll dive into Jalen Ramsey's post game, and then we'll go ahead and break down some key plays within the game. And like I said, I feel like the Pittsburgh Steelers defense and the Pittsburgh Steelers as a whole, it's like they can play a good game on offense, but the defense doesn't show up. They play a good game on defense, but the offense, they haven't played a complete game yet. And I heard Dan Orlovsky talk about they were maybe one receiver away from being, you know, Super Bowl contenders. And that's just like, I don't just think it's just that. I think it's like they need this entire season to grow, and then you'll see it at the end of the season if they can maybe make a playoff run or not. But as of right now, they're too inconsistent on both sides of the ball. So let's go ahead and look at some this Joe Flacco post game interview.
And if you don't treat them a certain way, they can hurt you. And if you do treat them a certain way, well, maybe we have some other guys that can get the job done. So you today, I think I got to see just the problems they create in general. Last week, I said it earlier this week. Last week, we didn't do anything crazy, but you could see it. Those guys are different. And it's pretty cool to be able to throw to them.
David Fogle, guy 23 times. I mean,
you tell me. I don't think so. I don't think so.
I mean, you kept going.
Well, we threw the ball 47 times and probably dropped back a couple more. And I mean, I think he ended up. I mean, look, at the end of the first half, we just out route. You know, like it was. I don't think it was anything crazy. Pretty simple stuff underneath, getting them one-on-one. That's how we drew it up, and it worked out.
So now you have to ask yourself, like, first of all, we can come to a conclusion that Jake Browning, you're trash. You're trash. You have an older quarterback who has the same type of game as you, pocket quarterback, not as mobile, come in there and get the ball to the number one receiver in Jamar Chase, gets the ball out of his hands, gets T. Higgins involved, gets Noah Fant involved. You feel what I'm saying? Behind the same offensive line that you play behind. And it just goes to show, like, it goes to show how bad Jake Browning was, and it goes to show how bad the Browns are. I mean, a lot of people won't even look at it that way. Like, you got to think about it. he was just behind that Browns offensive line with those receivers we all know does not match up, does not equivalent to what the Cincinnati Bengals have at receiver. So now you get to see, you know what I'm saying, what Joe Flacco can really do at this age, even with his arm strength and his mind, that okay, you give me a superstar wide receiver and a legit 2-man and a 1-man on other teams, and watch what I can do with a decent tight end and the offensive line. Give me some time with a run game that actually came alive. Because you got to remember, Chase Brown had like 100 and something yards rushing. It's like he's potentially saved the Cincinnati Browns. I said the Cincinnati Browns, the Cincinnati Bengals, just like he did the Browns though. Like that year he came in off the couch for the Browns. The Browns had all the pieces. You feel what I'm saying? They had an okay wide receiver core. They had Nick Chubb running the ball, but like they had a great offensive line. Like you can just plug and play Joe because he knows how to play football. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying, like, Jake, first of all, Jake Browning, you're trash. And that just goes to show, like, that just goes to show, like, you didn't know what you was doing out there. Period. The Browns are far away from where people want them to be, for the simple fact that you leave that team to come to this team, and we thought that Cincinnati might be even worse with the defense that they had. Because if you look at Cincinnati, it's like their offensive line is not the best, but they don't got the defense as the Browns, and they go get a dub against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now let's look at what Jalen Ramsey had to say.
Extremely. It's just I keep repeating myself, but same thing. Have to play better when the opportunity is there.
Joey said he wasn't getting much explanation on the calls, the flags that he got.
Calls. Don't worry about that. We have to play better. Starting with myself when the opportunity presents itself. That's part of the game. We have receivers that are superstars in the league. You know that they get away with it like that. It is what it is. Next play, you gotta play the game. You gotta execute when you get the opportunity to execute.
Now, when it comes to Jalen Ramsey, people are going to go back and look at that one-on-one with Jamar Chase, mano at the goal line or in that area, that red zone area, and he gets burnt. Not like he gets beat off the line of scrimmage. Now, if you I think at that point in time, they have so much confidence in Jalen Ramsey and his ability. Like, to be honest, I wouldn't even feel right. I wouldn't even, you know what I'm saying, like Jalen Ramsey crying about a call. You feel what I'm saying, like, or a non-call, or whatever the case may be. It's strap up. We seen what you said. You know what I'm saying, when the pivot went to the Steelers camp for training camp.
It's really what you want to, then we just alike. This gonna be a match made in heaven, and we gonna feed off each other. And Slay, if you want to hop in there too, you come on. But if you want to dominate the twos or the three, you do that too. So it's gonna be fun for sure.
When number one from Cincinnati roll up here, then, cause he the one too. Mm-hmm. What's the conversation gonna be that week?
That's me. That's Jay. That's 5 for now.
And Jamar Chase name got brought up. We seen what I want him, and we seen it, and you lost. But you get to play him 2 times a year. But that's not the only thing, though. On that play to seal the deal, to get them in field goal range, to seal the deal on that 3rd down, T. Higgins did you something dirty too. Both of them did you some. It is, bro. It is what it is. Like he said, it's part of the game. It happens to the best of us, bro. You feel what I'm saying? So it's kind of like that's something that he gonna have to wear. And this just by it being the Pittsburgh Steelers, it's kind of like, that's why I feel like the Pittsburgh Steelers defense is more of the story than Joe Flacco and the Cincinnati Bengals offense. We don't know if that offense is an outlier, or if they really back, or if he can really ride the ship, Joe Flacco, and take them boys on a playoff run or a playoff push at least. We don't know that. It just could have been an outlier, and Pittsburgh really didn't have too much film on him, and with this receiving group. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure that the next time they play, they're gonna probably play with a different game plan. Now, that's why I feel like if you think about it, TJ Watt really wasn't a factor this game. He wasn't really a factor. The secondary for the Pittsburgh Steelers, like, come on, bro. Like, y'all getting torched. Y'all letting one man catch 16 passes. It's crazy. It's crazy. You feel what I'm saying? You letting Chase Brown go off. I don't think he rushed for over 100 yards none of the games this year. But he go for over 100. That's rare that the Pittsburgh Steelers let, you know what I'm saying, somebody rush for 100 yards. You feel what I'm saying? So to me personally, I think the Pittsburgh Steelers got to worry about that defense. I think they need to play a complete game. I mean, if I'm them, maybe I go get, if a receiver comes about, or you can go trade for him, maybe. But at the same time, I really think that, you know what I'm saying, they really need to get that defense. They need to play. They need to get that defense in control. Like, that defense need to be dominant again, and that pass rush needs to be dominant again. Also, you know what I'm saying, they need to play a complete game. What I mean by a complete game, like, the defense plays good, the offense plays good, and it doesn't look like, you know what I'm saying, one side of the ball is carrying the other. Let's get to the game. Let's break down some film. Let's see what actually happened. But the first play I gotta go to, and it happened last, I gotta show this. This is a beautiful ball from Joe. Like I said, this is the 2nd and 8, 1:47 seconds left on the clock. Basically, the Steelers need to get a stop. They're up by 1, but they need to get a stop, right? This is Jalen Ramsey on press coverage, right up top here. They have Jamar Chase in the slot. This is T. Higgins. That's why I think this pass right here is more devastating to Jalen Ramsey than the touchdown pass, because the touchdown pass happened earlier in the game. This happened, like, this is for the game necessarily. Like, this is for the game, right? So as you can see, you're gonna hike the ball right here. He's gonna hit him with a swim move, outside release. And like I said, like, you would expect Jamar Chase to give Ramsey some troubles because he's a quicker receiver. T. Higgins he's just, you know, he's not as quick as Jamar Chase, but he's a lot bigger. You feel what I'm saying? So he basically stacks him for real. He gets over top of him, as you can see. Joe, look at, standing tall in the pocket. And remember what I said about your guard and your center. They make this wall. Your tackles, they flare out. Your running back picks up the blitz on Patrick Queen. He just throws a great ball like this. Oh my God, do y'all not see the ball in the air? How that thing just, like, oh my, when I seen this shit, I said, bro, that's one of the best, like, how I just dropped in that's one of the best passes I've seen this year. And I'm not gassing it, bro. This is, oh my God, this is what I think Jalen Ramsey is really gonna go back and film and be like, damn, like, they got me on this one. The touchdown pass, so this, like, if you just watch it, bro, this whole play, watch your tackles, watch the back, he's gonna pick up the blitzer. Like, everybody did their part on this play, you know what I'm saying? And this is what people have been looking for from the Cincinnati Bengals because of the weapons that they have. Even if he wanted to go to Jamar Chase is open, but Flacco can still throw this fucking ball. And I believe that it was the Cleveland Browns more than Joe Flacco, in my opinion. I think the Cleveland Browns are that bad. The dysfunction, the O-line, the not having no receivers. Like, if you got somebody that can, this is Jalen Ramsey, and he not who he used to be, but he's still Jalen fucking Ramsey, bro. This pass is just crazy, bro. Like, how he just laid that bitch out there like that. And, like, bro, he just, come on, bro. He really could have scored. That's on your, come on now. That's why I like, bro, you gotta show this play, bro. That throw is crazy for the game. That was basically for the game. Like, that's gonna seal the win. And it happened on Jalen Ramsey one-on-one. I think that hurt his ego more than the Jamar Chase touchdown. But this is the touchdown pass to Jamar Chase with Jalen Ramsey on him. Remember, even Mike Tomlin said it. Like, when the pivot went to training camp for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they talked about, okay, Jamar Chase come to town, or y'all go there, who gets Jamar? And Jalen was like, me. I get him. You feel what I'm saying? And don't, like, they got good corners over there in Pittsburgh. You feel what I'm saying? They got Porter Jr. over there and all that, bro. They got good corners. And you know that Jalen has transitioned to safety, but he wanted them. So this is what we gonna see. He gonna outside release just like him, I could see it. I could see why he said it was a push off. You see it right there. You see it. Come on, man. You see it. I see it, bro. And you can see Jamar Chase looking like I don't know. I think that should be the like one of the penalties that you can challenge. I think they need to make a rule like if you can challenge offensive pass interference and you can challenge defensive pass interference, because that penalty, just because it's a spot foul and the game has become more passing than actual running, that this has to be called right. You know what I'm saying? Or like basically you should be able to challenge it for them to go look at it again, or they should be challenged like if the call was made. If the call was made, but I know you don't want too much stoppage of the game, but at the same time, like, come on, bro. And I'm not hating on Jamal, but like, if you want to look at it again, you tell me. If you want to break it down, and we can break it down. Good outside release right there, and he gets his hand. Now, if you want to say defensive holding, that's what I'm saying. Like, so when you go back, like that's why it's so hard to even push for them to even challenge this play to be challengeable, for the simple fact that the shit that happens before what we even looking at. Now, this is before the push off by Jamar Chase, but this is past 5 yards. This is defensive holding at this point. You feel what I'm saying? So like it can go both ways. It can, like, you're holding him, and he pushes off, and you flail, what you're supposed to do though. You flail, and that's what you're supposed to do. And I think that the referee decided to let you guys play. And if we look at it again, one more time, watch it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 yards. He took 5 steps, 6 steps. You're holding him. You're holding him. This is either defensive holding, automatic first down, whatever you. I don't think it's PI. I don't know if the ball's in the air yet or not, but this is holding. He just pushed you at the right time. He pushed you at the right time, and I think the refs, they said let him play. Let him play. But this is early on in the game, and I know you don't want to give up anything, especially when you know what I'm saying, he the top guy, you the top guy, you don't want to give up nothing. But like when you slow it down, come on, bro.